Assalamualaikum and hi! We are from Group 6. We'll be presenting our case study about Immigration Department Migrant Scandal. But first, let me introduce you to our team. Our team contains of 10 members. First one is Siti Soleha and I'm Shazwani. Then we have Asfa Alia, Asmita, Karela Kacha, Turgashini, Shahira Anis, Fadli Dizil, Matt Cristiano and also Muhammad Irfan. Now, I will briefly explain the content of our presentation. First, we will start with a case overview where we introduce the background and what happened. Second, we will discuss the counter-setting syndicate, including who was involved and how they operated. Third, we will explain the nature of the illegal activities, focusing on what kind of corruption or misconduct occurred. Then, we will look at the economic and social impact, especially how it was affected the country and public trust. We will also discuss the reform and lesson learned about this case. Finally, we will end with a short conclusion to summarize the key points and recommendations to prevent similar cases in the future.
Okay, hi, my name is Soleha. Now let's move on to the case overview. We have three main things here, which is the first one is the incident where immigration officers at KLIA 2 intercepted a local man, which is a carrier escorting foreign nationals through checkpoint. The second one, the carrier role, where individuals who exploit procedural gaps or human error to guide migrants past the official text. And the last one, which is the breach, is where further inspection revealed the migrants did not meet entry requirement and exposing how easily the high security environments can be compromised.
Hi, I'm Faldi. Today I will present about the counter-setting syndicate. First, systemic failure means a weakness or breakdown in the whole system, not just one person's mistake. It happened when poor control, lack of monitoring and corruption allow illegal activity to continue. Investigation by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission and the Enforcement Agency Integrity Commission revealed a counter-setting network involving collusion between immigration officers and external agents. This shows the corruption was organized and systematic. There are three main methods of deception used. First is counter-setting. Specific immigration counters were pre-arranged, where certain officers allow selected migrants to bypass interview, biometric checks, and risk profiling. Second is flying passports. Officers enter passport detail into the MyIMM system even when the traveler was not physically present, allowing false record of entry. Third is informal channel. Agents and officers use WhatsApp to share migrants' photo and flight detail to coordinate entries outside official procedure. In conclusion, this syndicate shows a serious systemic failure because it involved abuse of authority, digital manipulation, and organized corruption that threatened national security.
Hi, my name is Irfan Shah and I will continue the presentation with nature of illegal activity. So, to understand the gravity of the situation, we must look at the type of illegal activities involved. So first, human smuggling, which involves the Immigration Act by bringing people in for financial gain without illegal documentation. Second, human trafficking, where victims are lured by faking promises of jobs or education and then controlled through violence or document confiscation. These victims often face labor exploitation, working long hours for little pay in dangerous conditions. All of this fueled by deception and fraud, where fraudsters use the promises of stable employment to trap vulnerable migrants.
Next, the economic and social impact of this scandal is significant. First, it creates economic unbearability because illegal enter disrupt the labor market and reduce investor confidence. Second, it damaged the country's reputation internationally, affecting trust and foreign investors. Third, it encouraged the growth of scheduled economy where illegal activities are not taxed, causing government revenue loss. Lastly, the cost of state increased due to reinforcement, illegal action, and investigation. Overall, cooperation weakened both economy and public trust in the system.
Okay, next. From this case, there are 4 important reforms and lessons learned. First, personnel management. Authorities must ensure officers are properly trained, rotated regularly, and closely supervised to reduce opportunities for misconduct or collusion. Second, technological upgrades. The use of better surveillance system, biometric verification, and automated immigration checks can help detect suspicious behavior and reduce human manipulation in the process. Third, institutional shift. Enforcement agencies need stronger integrity policies, clearer standard operating procedures, and a culture that prioritizes transparency and accountability in daily operation. Finally, whistleblower protection. Individuals who report corruption or suspicious activities must be protected from retaliation so that more people feel safe to come forward with information. Overall, these reforms are important to strengthen enforcement integrity and prevent similar cases from happening in the future. Thank you. Okay guys, as for the conclusion, the migrant scandal exposed corruption, abuse of power, and human trafficking that threaten national security and human rights. And this weak oversight at KLIA can damage the public trust, also showing that integrity and accountability among the officers are essential. Therefore, the corruption also makes migrants vulnerable to exploitation and unsafe conditions. And this continuous anti-corruption effort, transparent procedure, and strong leadership are needed, while the long-term reform must strengthen system and integrity to protect Malaysia's security, dignity, and also Malaysia's reputation.
Next, I want to share some simple steps to prevent corruption in enforcement departments, especially at borders. First, we need strong monitoring and audit. Regular and surprise check help make sure officers are doing their work properly. When monitoring is clear and consistent, it becomes much harder for corruption to happen. Second, strict punishment is important. Officers who break the rules should face serious consequences like suspension, dismissal, fines, or even jail. Promotion should only go to officers with clean record. This sends a clear message. Honesty and integrity are very important at every level. Third, technology can help a lot. Automated system, CCTV cameras, and biometric check like fingerprints or facial recognition reduce opportunity for human interference, which is often where corruption occurs. Technology also helps keep things transparent and fair. Fourth, ethics and integrity. Training is essential. Officers need to understand the real impact of corruption. Regular workshop and training sessions help create a culture where honesty and integrity are the standard, not an option. Leaders must also set a good example for everyone to follow. Finally, we must encourage whistleblowing and protect informants. People must feel safe to report wrongdoing. If they know they are protected, they are more likely to speak up. This helps stop corruption before it spreads.
At the end of the day, integrity protects institutions when power is abused.
Requires strong monitoring, strict punishment, the use of technology, continuous ethic training, and safe reporting system. When we apply this step consistently, corruption can be reduced and public trust can be restored. Thank you.